Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel, man. This is my first official video. Listen, in this video, I am covering the Blxckie backlash, man, but I'm not gonna go all the way back. I'm just gonna give you guys a brief summary. But before I do that, please do subscribe, like, comment, and share. Yeah, it would do a whole lot of wonders for the channel. But let's get into it, man. So just to give you a brief background, so the past couple of weeks, I'll probably say 2 to 3 weeks, there has been backlash for rappers that don't want to rap, or rappers that have said anything concerning the traditional methods of rap, right? It started when K-Kid went on to the Speedster interview, right? She was asked to freestyle and she declined, right? And Speedster used that clip as a way to promote the show. After that, there was a lot of backlash for K-Kid. K-Kid responded by saying Umsunwe freestyle. That ultimately got a lot of backlash from a lot of people, in terms of the fans, as well as Speedster also released a couple, or gave like a couple of jabs to K-Kid, right? Then a couple of weeks later, OK Swisher goes and interviews a couple of artists as well as DJ Slick. They speak out against, or rather they speak in support of K-Kid, saying that she has the right to not freestyle if she feels like that, right? And Blxckie also sort of like kind of said the similar, shared the similar sentiment. But Blxckie said he would not freestyle in a Pro Kid beat in 2025, right? And he was basically saying the styles are basically different in terms of the generational gap, the way they approach music right now. That's me paraphrasing, but that hit the internet and a lot of people were upset by that. And so now I'm just gonna do a reaction to what Blxckie said, what he said on the net like 3 hours ago, and I'm just gonna react to that. So Blxckie came out to say, lol, Foka is my guy, but unfortunately I'll have to use him as an example, right? Oh, okay. Also, Foka and Vocalistic released a freestyle, right, or a snippet that will be based on a true story, or a single, right, that will be based on a true story, which it jumps on a pro beat, which a lot of people declined to, which K-Kid initially declined to freestyle on it, right? So it says a new snippet by Vocalistic jumps a new snippet. Vocalistic jumps on Pro's Utining or Pro beat, based on a true story boats, which drops on the 5th of September. Right now I'm gonna give my thoughts on this, but let's hear the snippet.
Yeah, based on a true story, 5 September, brag, maar for no drop anyana di banyana, what's that? Cause I've been running this game too long to let go threes. Facts only, did you know? Cheppies. From Gomorrah, you do let's say ad lead. Now let's see kiss.
Now, man, listen, I don't want to get flagged for this video, you know, but if you guys want to listen to the whole thing, go to Slicker on Life and check out that snippet, or go to Vocalistic Social. I think it's gonna be there. Let's go back to Blxckie, right? So Blxckie says, lol, Foka is my guy, but unfortunately I'll have to use him as an example because you're being weird and Anizwa. That Shanis is dope, but that's not a freestyle. Y'all know this. What we also know is what a Foka freestyle sounds like. If you don't know, I'll leave the link below, right? Which he shares a link to the Vocalistic on the radio freestyle, which was terrible, atrocious. He then goes and says, when this thing dropped, y'all shit on this, you know, crazy, just for honoring the same culture. He is super hip-hop and just did what needed to be done, but y'all shit on him, right? And then he continues to say, now if they gave him a beat that suits what he was doing at that time, which is piano and Afro vibes, he would have killed it better. That's all I was saying. And y'all chose to think I'm disrespecting a legend, but that's fine. I know what I said, right? Also, shout out to my nigga Dome. He produced Utiningo Pro beat, and so in my opinion, he's the only nigga that's supposed to be upset with me because I was talking about his beat, but he gets what I'm saying. The rest of y'all relax, thanks. So he shares an article. The article says, speaking to the citizen, producer Dome said he was not offended by Blxckie's comments in the video and instead sees it as a generational difference. I actually like Blxckie. This is what he's saying. His whole thing was not about me. It was not about pro. It was about the difference between the art. Do we age like fine wine or do we age like milk? Us as black people, we do not age like milk. We age like wine. The culture needs to move forward. Hip hop is not even ours. We are South African. I don't know, like if he's basically he is agreeing with Blxckie ultimately, but I don't know, like there's something that's kind of like weird, that's like detached, you know. But yeah, let me go on nonetheless. I'll give my opinions to this, nah? And then he further goes on to say, oh, okay. So let me go further. So someone comments and says, Webafo, people hardly do traditional freestyle nowadays, and that's okay. Abantu abanandaba nalokho, as long as you do what you're supposed to do, right? And then Blxckie say, oh, so it's okay for someone not to freestyle. Right? That's what Blxckie says. So man, listen. I see a whole lot of people saying Blxckie is cooked. Nota, I think Nota also spoke on this, right? I think Nota spoke on this as well. For me, man, really, I understand why people would be upset about this. To keep the culture alive, you have to honor the traditions, right? But if I'm being honest, man, there are also like cultural differences, the way the culture is moving, and obviously when the culture evolves, there will be certain artists that fit into a certain style, but within the boundaries of hip hop, right? I don't think it's fair to say if K Kid or Blxckie says they are currently not really, I don't want to say like they don't want to abide by the hip hop rules, but to bend them. What do I mean when I say bend them? For instance, in this context with K Kid could have freestyle, she should have freestyle, whatever the case may be. However, what makes this situation unique is when K Kid went on there, it was not a platform that was known to freestyle or known to put rappers on there to freestyle, right? Now I know a lot of people say, bro, you have to be prepared also always, like whatever the case may be. Okay, cool, whatever, right? And what really blew this thing out of proportion is the fact that Speedster went on to post that clip, right? The whole reason why K Kid responded, Speedster went on to post that clip and it made K Kid look a certain way because they were cool, they were vibing, the whole thing was super dope. I watched the whole interview, it was fire, like it was never out of malicious intent. But if you see like someone is getting backlash for what you did, clickbaiting and acting as if like that was the way the convo ended, you are basically saying people have the right to attack, or people can attack that certain artist, you know. And I really I don't agree with that, you know. That's me personally. Like I think that you should have came out and said, I understand like most of the people that follow hip-hop agree that rappers should freestyle, but I don't think it was out of malicious intention. Was there to promote the album, and yeah, that's all it was. She has the right to either freestyle or not. Just because this platform we don't usually do stuff like that. We don't usually ask rappers to freestyle, right? But that's my thought, right? And then I don't see the nota. Okay, I was looking for the nota's response, right? And then when it comes to Blxckie was basically saying she should have freestyle. That's what he actually said on the interview. Like, that's how he started this thing. She should have freestyle. That's what he said. And then he said, but come again. Like, when you think about it, she should have freestyle in a current beat. Not to say the beat was bad, not to say the beat should not be played this era. He was saying that due to the differences stylistically, K Kid should have freestyled or should have been played a beat for her to freestyle in something that's similar to what she usually does on a daily basis as that particular rapper, right? If you're playing this beat for Touchline, of course Touchline is gonna murk this beat, right? Of course Touchline is gonna murk it because that's that line it comes from, that's that lineage, that's that cloth it comes from, right? But K Kid is not, I don't want to say she's not studying the greats like that, like Abo Pro Kid and whatever the case may be. But if you listen to the style that she's doing right now, it's not heavily influenced by Abo Pro. It's influenced by the most recent artists that we have right now, you know. So for me, man, do you want to freestyle? Do you not want to freestyle? It solely depends on the artist, but more especially the scenario. K Kid go up to Sway in the morning. Sway is known to put rappers um, on the spot or to go rap there, right? Go rap there. You know you're gonna rap there. That's what you're supposed to do after the interview. You go to the Twizer show. You know you're supposed to rap on the Twizer show. Go there prepared. You're going to. I know people have been mentioning Thibaut Touch. Like, y'all niggas don't know that Thibaut Touch has been hip hop for the longest time. Thibaut Touch has been in tune with like rappers like that, and when rappers go there, like, he usually asks them to freestyle. Speedster does not do that, and um he's only interviewing hip-hop artists. He never does that. He recently started doing that. Now K Kid is going to be the poster child for not wanting to rap. Then Blxckie comes out to say, look, I do not think that we were supposed to put her on Blxckie's on Pro's type beat, simply because Pro, even the bar Pro had on that beat was too much for K Kid to even touch. You know, if K Kid freestyles, it seems like, yo, bro, like, it's just it's setting her up for failure, basically, you know. And then Flame goes up there, he raps, he murks it, but he's not rapping on that beat, right? He's rapping on a different beat, whatever the case may be. And that beat is not really known in South Africa, so you can't really place the bar of how or what the rapper originally did on that beat. Now you can call it uncultured, whatever the case may be, that's up to you. But people will not know how that beat was rapped on and how the beat was killed, so they can't use it to measure if K Kid, or in this case Blxckie, because Blxckie, in this case Flame, you can't really measure did he do better than the previous artist that rapped on that beat. I hope you understand, right? And then Blxckie was simply saying, play something modern, something they are used to, or something they can, you know, gel with in terms of style, you know. So I really don't know if, and now niggas want to cancel Blxckie. Niggas want to cancel Blxckie because of his opinion. And I find it really weird, man. I'm not gonna lie. I find it weird because Blxckie was the guy that was holding it down for SA hip hop. Blxckie was the guy that was giving you hits on hits, you enjoying yourself. Now, because he said that, it seems like people just want him to go away. People now are praising Focalistic just because he took this opportunity, which is opportunistic. He took this opportunity. He took the clout from the situation, which is not a rapper. He can rap, but he's not a rapper. He's an amapiano artist, to promote his music. And people are giving him the dap up, the round of applause, all on his dick, just because he's using hip hop, and he knows that people are gonna praise him just to spite the niggas, K Kid as well as Blxckie. So for me, man, is Blxckie cooked? No. Hip hop is cooked, you know. So yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it's not too long. Yeah, I'll try to chop it here and there, but if I don't, man, yeah, you guys tell me what you think. Should I cut the video shorter or whatever the case may be? And do you think it's Blxckie cooked? Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment if you have any thoughts. And subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. Peace.